Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Sims here, and we are back for another save file update slash tour. So I decided to start in the world of New Crest because I've made a few changes, not specifically to the actual world of New Crest, but if you know, like if you're familiar with this save so far, then you know that I combined Magnolia Promenade with New Crest, and that's where I kind of made the changes too. So, and I might do the same thing. I'm not really sure. I don't want to overwhelm you guys. But before I keep talking, let me tell you what I'm actually talking about. So, as you know, Businesses and Hobbies recently came out. I got the game pack, well, the expansion. I bought the expansion way before I wanted to because I planned on coming out with a series, but y'all, I've been having some technical difficulties, and the way my game is set up right now, gameplay has been nearly impossible when I'm trying to record, so I just haven't been doing it. But I did record another video today, and it seemed like things were moving particularly smooth. So we might be able to jump back into that. I did have to remove all of my custom content though, so um, I'll have to kind of play without CC, and that's kind of bumming me out. I'm not even gonna lie. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's a whole another thing. Today we're talking about the save file and all that. So, hi, my name is Kiyo, and I create Sims 4 content. I like to do save files, build tours. I do try to do the occasional speed build. It's usually a room, but like I've been saying, I do eventually plan on doing a complete house. I just build really slowly. If you guys don't mind maybe having like a house that isn't furnished per se, then probably would come, it would probably would come true a lot sooner than if I had to furnish it because it seems like the furnishing is what takes me the longest. Anyway, I decided to incorporate businesses and hobbies because apparently I was building before my time, y'all. I was building ahead of time. So I went in because you can have a house and a business on the same lot. So I went into my Sims because this is the singles, and the single, like, they have their own businesses and trades and things like that, and in this metropolitan area. But because it is set as a residential rental, it wouldn't let me give them their own business. So I had to move the businesses to a different lot. And I was kind of bummed because originally this was meant to be a restaurant lot. But I was like, it's okay. You can actually use this as businesses now. And I feel like it will work out just as fine. But that also meant that I had to replace something here because this was originally here. So the promenade still looks the same. I'll go into it just as a refresher, but now it is labeled as a small business lot, and the Sims that own them, two of them, I'm thinking, can still stay on that lot. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to play test that, but if they can't, that's okay. They can live in the new apartments that I built in place of the original business building. Okay, so as you can see, the building is the exact same on the exterior. I just flipped it, copy and pasted everything over to this side. Basically, I ended up saving all of the room, like saving the rooms individually, putting them down back together like a puzzle, and everything worked out. I did have to like fill in some things, and I did change, make a couple changes just because I felt like it needed it. So it did, maybe it didn't translate over well or whatever, but all I really did to this business was add the little kiosk for the tickets and everything. In the comedy club, I rearranged the stage. It just wasn't working. It kept clipping and showing like the ground underneath. So I had to change the shape of the stage, and I think it looks so good, y'all. I cannot wait to play in this. I really can't. We're gonna get an LP based in my save file. We have to. It's something that has to be done. I spent a lot of time working here, and it has to be done, okay? And then when you went upstairs, this is pretty much the same, except I added the kiosk up here because the nightclub, I feel like the bar is like a free for all type thing. You order drinks, you're going to pay for it, whatever, what have you. Unless that has kind of changed. But again, I haven't really played with businesses and hobbies. I just have kind of been adding in the kiosk and praying that it works. So I will be play testing it. But I switched up the way this was set up. I changed the dance floor to be um, I just kind of changed the color scheme and everything. We added in these couches so you can kind of sit down and have a moment. And then I love the background to the DJ booth. It's so cute. And then these were the apartments. I don't remember if I showed you guys these the last time or not, but they are stunning. There's no way I could get rid of this because I started to just get rid of it. But I was like, no, ma'am, I spent way too much time. The build looks way too good for me to completely delete and start over. And I really love the Sims that I created for it. So that is Ace's apartment that we just saw. And this is Yaz, or is it Jazz? It's Jazz's house. I think her door is missing though. So let me fix that real quick. Not sure why that's missing, but we fixed it. So this is her apartment. Very soul centric. I love it. It's so so cute. Her and her little teddy teddy bear dog live here. He's so cute, and she's very much about women empowerment. So that's that build. And then if you come over here, this is our new apartment building. So this is where the build originally was, and this is the new apartment. I wanted to keep something, keep it modern looking, but I wanted it to look like two different apartments on, like two different lots. Originally, this was going to be a park lot, but I wasn't really feeling it. I wanted to add some more Sims, and like I said, I'm not sure if my two Sims will actually be able to live here the way that I want them to live here. So, this just gives me the option to either move them into this lot or add some extra Sims. So we're gonna hop on back over here, but before we do, I'm gonna show you real quick. I decided I don't remember if this lot was complete. Oh, it was a bowling alley before. But the way that things are set up now, it just doesn't make sense to me. And me and a friend were talking about Magnolia Promenade, and I was telling her what I wanted to do with it, and she said that she could totally see, moms with babies on their back jogging around Magnolia Promenade or having little mommy meetups at the park. And I was like, oh my God, I have to have that. So, but none of the single Sims that I had here originally are partnered up like that or even close to wanting children. So that's another reason why I built this set of apartments, because this is going to be more of like a family, um like starter family apartment um options. I'll show you guys that in a second, but I felt like I still wanted that park because the vibe she was painting for me, I could see the vision. So I decided to get rid of the bowling alley because it was kind of random at this point with the new changes, and I decided to build this little park. So super super cute. We have a place for the toddlers, and the reason I did that is because hey, over in that far corner, there's already a small little play area with the pirate ship and the monkey bar. So there was no point in moving that, redoing that over here, and it's a small lot. So I decided to focus on the toddlers, especially since this is kind of more of like the younger couples. They're kind of starting life and starting family, so their kids would be young, and I felt like toddler play dates would be so so cute. So I decided to build this. I put the little flower stall there so you can get some flowers if you want. I still wanted to kind of keep that downtown sort of feel. So maybe at night you're walking along and everything's all lit up and you're like, oh, I want to grab some flowers from my lady or whatever, or from my partner. And yeah, you have that. So we've got the chess table, we've got a little picnic table with a grill so you can still grill some food, but we do have a food stall that serves American style food. We've got the beautiful little waterfall over there with some tables to sit and dine if you do grab something from the food stall. And then I decided to add a couple of big kid items. So we do have the little marble mat and then just a little hopscotch next to the toilets. Hopefully, it doesn't get too stinky, but I was doing what I could do, y'all, okay? I tried. So let's move over here to the apartments now. Okay, guys, so here is the new apartment block. I do need to add some signage out front, some sort of a name. I did decide to kind of give them a small balcony. This side has these in the front, which I was a little concerned about, but my mom was helping me, her and my son, my little 6-year-old, and they were giving me tips and they said it looked okay. So I'm going to trust them and trust that it looks okay. We're not completely finished. I still plan on renovating, like, well, not renovating, but like decorating a couple of the apartments and adding a couple more things. But I really wish we could separate the apartments. They are on the same one big plot, so that kind of sucks. I wish I could separate them, but they are what they are. And I wanted to go with kind of a quote unquote luxury feel. So this isn't going to be like this is not top of the line materials, as far as like whatever. It's not luxury in that way, but it is luxury in the way that they offer quite a few amenities for you. Well, should I say quite a few? They offer some things, okay? We'll just say that. So when you come inside, this is going to be a longer video. If you are familiar with my tour videos, they're longer, and I do like to hear myself talk a little bit, so I can be kind of talky. But when you first come in, you are stopped immediately by our security, who should be sitting at the front desk. They're probably not going to be, but use your imagination, okay? And then we have our little lobby where you can wait for, whoever you're waiting for to come down, or if you're having someone meet you for a first date, I could see you sitting here and chatting a little bit before, just making sure you feel comfortable, making sure the vibe is vibing before you decide to head out or before you decide to bring them up to your apartment, whatever. I do not recommend them coming to your place, but since we have security, okay, then I think you're all right. And if you continue this way, I was going to take you into the leasing office, but I won't. We'll look at we have this little coffee bar down here. It is so cute. I feel like you could sit at these tables and maybe get some work done or have a little, you know, meeting here. You can sit inside the cafe and, with friends or with a date or a friend, whatever, um, and enjoy a nice cup of coffee. This is so, so cute to me. I love how this turned out so, 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 so much. And as you guys know, I don't like to brag on my builds, but at the same time, like I said, if I don't love it, I'm not going to share it. And I do love everything that I release. So, well, most of the time. So when you come in here, this is the leasing office. You actually would go in on the other side and then come out this way. But anyways, this is what it is. We just have a couple of stations set up, a couple leasing agents. They have their little setup in here for their break times and things. This is kind of a staff. I think I set it as staff only, but usually just so that Sims wouldn't be going in there using the computers and stuff. But imagine that that's where you would go. So then the first place they'll take you is our gym. So this is our gym that's available to our tenants. And it's so cute. I set up this little yoga space. I think it looks so cute, very zen. It feels luxurious. We have nice machines and equipment in here. It's small, but y'all, small but mighty, okay? I just really love it. I wish we had more. I'm sorry about the shaky camera work, but y'all know I'm not good at the camera. But yeah, I love, 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 love. We got the boxing bag there, and it just works for me. I do wish we had more gym equipment, but it actually worked out okay considering the space that I had. If you continue on around this way, we just have a little restroom for you to use, whether you work on this floor or, you're a guest just walking in off the streets. And then we have the way, like, this will take you upstairs, but it's also the little mail room. So, yeah, check your mail here. Or the apartment board as well. And then you go upstairs. So I'm just going to page up because I don't really know how to maneuver any other way. I love the windows because you can see the beautiful park outside. So cute. You can see across the way, maybe like the Sims walking around, going into the businesses over there at night. And I love it. So this is our first floor. I'm gonna go into this apartment back here first. This is, I believe, the one bedroom apartment. So, options. So, yeah, when you walk in, you've got your little alarm system. This is your floor plan. Y'all, it is nice. It's very spacious for one sim. I tried my hardest to make it look good. Look at the ceilings. You've got this nice focal point here. And then, like I said, you come out to your little balcony. The balcony is small, but it has a nice view of the city back there and some of the businesses. I just feel like this is going to be really nice. So, you don't get to see the water, but it's still a nice view. The kitchen setup is cute. It's small, but it's nice. Again, I love it. You've got the bar where you can add your little bar stools and everything. And then if you continue this way, you have your laundry. Okay. Then you have your bathroom. Everything is very stark white, very clinical. I just felt like because it's modern, this worked. And yeah, and then finally you have your bedroom. So, with the nice closet, and then this space, I'm thinking about putting some shelving in there, and you can store your shoes or your handbags or whatever you want to store. But yes, you can kind of see the water from this apartment and the ferry and everything. But that is this place. We're gonna go on over to the two bedroom now. So, like I said, starter couples and families are have been thought about for this complex here. This is the model apartment for the family unit, and this is just kind of the generic setup for everything. Very cute. This is the living room, a little office setup and dining table directly in front of you. This is your little balcony, and as you can see, we just set up a little bistro table, put a plant out there. If you continue this way, you have your kitchen, very loosely decorated because again, it is a model. I'm stuck. It is it is a model apartment, so I love it. You've got the little coffee bar over here with the nice um shelves that have the lights underneath. Very cute, very very cute. Now that window is not giving a good view, but I mean, I couldn't give you that in this one. I'm sorry. But there's your laundry. This is your first bedroom. So for this one, it is our nursery. Yeah, very neutral. So you can have whoever you want in here. I really love it. So cute. And then if you continue this way, you have the bathroom. So again, not the best view. I do apologize. But yeah, and then finally, this is the master bedroom. It's kind of small, but I mean, I think I made the space look good. I worked the space pretty well. You've got your closet there, and again, some okay views in the front. But yeah, this is it. I cannot wait to play in this house. And then upstairs, we just copied the same floor plan. So when you go upstairs, this is just the family unit from downstairs without the furniture, and then another one bedroom. I didn't really feel like I needed to furnish this, but I probably will. I probably will furnish one of them as a model type apartment. But yeah, just wanted you to see what you could do and what we have to offer. So I hope you guys like that. We're going to move on over to Willow Creek now, and I'll show you the progress I've made over there. Okay, so Willow Creek looks a lot different than when you last saw it. We are getting there. We are still so far from being done though, because while most of the structures are up, I'm not really sold on everything. I'm thinking about rebuilding the funeral home here. Um, I just want a slightly different look. I'm not sure about the church here, or the bed and breakfast. You guys can let me know. Those are kind of some things that I wanted to get some input on, just the idea of them. Um, if you have better lot suggestions, let me know. We won't actually look at them because nothing's done. The B&B is literally just the shell. The church is done. We will look at that one. But the funeral home, again, nothing's really been done with that. If you watched my last update of the save file, then we've already toured this area down here. I still have not furnished this house or this one, but this one's done. This one's done. I have a family, some families I've started creating for these two houses as well. You saw grandpa and grandson. I did a video on them, and we saw the vet clinic. Now, this is a new version because the one that I showed you, I was actually showing you guys um, an older version of the save. So the vet clinic actually looks different. But yeah, I did finish the Park Shore Retirement Home. Fun fact, that Park Shore Retirement Home is the same as the one from my base game build, but I tweaked it on the interior with, you know, all of the packs, so it looks very much different on the inside. Well, we're going to tour all of this except for these because we already looked at these. And so yeah, I'm going to show you some of the houses so you can get some ideas how things are set up, and it's just going to be fun. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. This one is probably my favorite, one of my favorite houses. It's the very first one that I did when I got to Willow Creek, and it's the very first, not only the very first house, but it's the very first build that I did, and it just kind of set the pace and the tone for the rest of the save. That's usually how it happens for me. And so I poured my little heart and soul into it, and I feel like I captured the vibe that I wanted, so I can't wait to share it with you guys. All right, let me fix the lighting real quick. You can kind of see a bit of the overshot here. So when we did the original tour, we kind of went by the house, just, in tab mode. But this is what it looks like from the front. I love it at night because this tree has the lanterns and it lights up and it just looks so cute. I love that this has a very unkept sort of vibe to it. I love the older truck parked in the driveway, the American football. It's just the vibes, y'all. It's all about the vibes. I love that the house feels a bit older. I'm just lowering myself a little bit for when we go in. But yeah, this I wanted to show you guys some of the houses so you could kind of see what I'm going for. So this is their living room. We're kind of going older, maybe like 90s vibes. At least I'm trying to do that. It's kind of hard for me, so that's another thing that I'm running into, another problem that I'm running into as far as getting Willow Creek done. I feel like when I do Willow Creek, I kind of overshoot or bite off more than I can chew every single time, and it bites me in the butt. So this is their dining space. Very, very cute. I feel like it tells a story. Dad was a fisherman. Well, he's not a like professional fisherman, but he likes to fish. So he mounts, his some of his catches, some of his favorite catches and things like that. But this is their little kitchen. Mom loves to cook a little bit. She's got her crock pot there. They've got the little spice rack and things. Very cutesy. I might come in and clutter it up a bit more, but I'm not huge on clutter. I try to use it to tell my story, but that's about it. We've got the little family photo frames there. I don't know. I want to add some like lore as far as family pictures, maybe when she was younger and things like that, the teen daughter that lives here. But some of that is just so daunting for me. Creating a save file is not a small task at all. And if I can kind of save myself from some of the work, I do sometimes, but I also watch a lot of lore videos and I can see how much it adds. So I'm conflicted on that, but we'll see. Someone wears glasses. But yeah, this is our little laundry space right here. And the reason I did this room is because I do want the teen to possibly sneak out, and I thought maybe she could sneak out this way. Um, but I think, well, maybe not in this house. That might not be what this one is for. I'm not sure because she could easily just walk out the door too. So, maybe that wasn't my idea. But it has been months and months and months since I did this build. So, I really can't remember what my design concept was for this. But this is her room, and y'all, I love it. It is so not my thing. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. It's not my thing, so much so that I love it. So she's a little bit grunge, but she's kind of keeping the furniture and the curtains that her mom had when she was little. So her mom had everything in pink and, the frilly bed and all that. So she's kept that, but if you look at her comforter, she has a skull. Like it's still girly, but the skulls are there. And I thought that was a really cute vibe. It kind of set the tone for the rest of the room. So she's got the little grunge posters, all of the music like CDs, and maybe she loves that electronica DJ or something. I don't know. I love the stars rug with the movie theater mirror. It just gives me so much to work with. I feel like she's very much into music and kind of a musician. And so this kind of gives her that setup if I wanted to go that route. So she's got her backpack, a little beanbag chair, guitar. I feel like she also loves animals. I think originally she wanted to be a veterinarian. She still could do that, but this room just gives you a bunch of different options for her. She's got that little anime poster. She also has this computer set up so she could be a gamer, even like a streamer. There's so many ways you could go. I loved the little figurine with the broken ear from the basement kit. It just added something. I feel like her Grammy gave her that, and it's just so cute. She's got the little cat poster, one of her favorite PC games, It Takes Two, and yeah, it's just so cute. You see the hole in the wall. I feel like that's from when she had a rage moment. It just gives you opportunity for lore. We've got the fishbowl and the little vanity setup and everything. I just really, really, really love this room. Really love this room. This is the bathroom. It's not a lot going on in here. Bathrooms are not really my focus when I'm building, but it's here. There's a little bit of storytelling in here. You've got dad's razor still here, um, some toothbrushes and things, just little knickknacks that you would need. But dad's razor is still here. He's not here, but his razor's still here. So then we have mom's room. So her parents, it's a teen and her mom. Her parents have recently separated. I don't know if they're actually divorced yet. I haven't really decided, but mom has taken over the room a bit. So we've got the pink chair in here. She's got her makeup. The bedspread's a bit different. It's just more girl tailored to a female. So yeah, this lamp is also, it could be some storytelling. It could just be an old lamp. It could also be something that broke during one of the arguments that her and her husband had. Who knows? But that's kind of the vibe I was going for. It's just slightly troubled, not a lot of money coming into the household, but they do what they can. So we've got the grill back here, and we've got this pool, the family pool. I love it. It's an above ground pool that I feel like her dad put together for them, and I absolutely love it, you guys. And then we just have this small sort of garden for her to plant if she wants. I do believe she was supposed to sneak out and then escape by creeping down the stairs and up the driveway and then out. So yeah, and then over this way we have a shed. I threw the wood down because I feel like it's something that her father put together, and maybe she helped a little bit, but some of the wood that he used is still here. There's nothing in it now because he took everything, but maybe they can use repurpose it and use it for something. But that's this house. I'm gonna move to the next one I'd like to show you. So give me 1 second. All right, here we are at the Founders Park. It's a really cute concept. I like it a lot. It has quite a few activities for you to do. So we have this little picnic area here. We've got the grill and a couple picnic tables there. And then we have these over here as well. I love the landscaping here. There is a little water balloon bucket and the fountain to keep your Sims cool in the summer. We'll continue around that way in a second. If you go this way, obviously you see the basketball court. I feel like a lot of money has gone into this park, so probably more than anywhere else. It's just that the heart of the town, and so they like to kind of pour into it. A lot of social events and things happen here, so it's necessary to pour into this. So we do have this little wishing well. I don't know why that's there. It's just I just decided to randomly put it in. I thought it was fun. I really wanted to incorporate the tree house that came with Get Together. We've got the sandbox and some toys in there. Some little places for the toddlers to hide out, when it's hot. And the little slide is under a shade tree. I threw in the monkey bar set, and then I really wanted to have movies in the park. So I set this little space up for the kiddos to watch some movies while they're here. And then I'm gonna start back at the front of the park. I'm gonna go around this way because I just prefer to come in from this side and this angle. I did include some planter boxes because I just felt like it was something that maybe the elderly could come and do, or not even the elderly, but just anybody who loves gardening could come here and have some communal activities with each other. We've got the chess tables next to this beautiful fountain. The sounds of the water are just so nice. As you can see, this pavilion can be used for many things, but I've set it up as a wedding just to show you that you can have a wedding here at the park. I think that'd be really cute, really sweet. And you could take away some of the like the movie theater area. Maybe that part isn't set up at all times, maybe just when they're going to actually show a movie or something, and it won't look as cluttered. But I also set up this little camp space. So just this bonfire with some chairs, a cooler, a football to toss around, and the guitar to maybe do some songs around the fire. I also put this pond in here so you can do some fishing. And then we have the public bathrooms. So a very cute park, very active park. I really like it. I hope you guys do too. Let's move on to our next live. Okay, so next we have the retirement home. And as I said, the same build is in my base game save. I originally created it for that, but I wanted a retirement home, and this kind of fit the vibes of this save as well. So I decided to put it here too, but to revamp the inside. So it is set as a residential rental. I thought that was nice because it acts a little bit more like a retirement home because you are paying the rent. So your Sims, I feel like the families are paying the fee that it costs to live here, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, we do have a room available, as you can see. I'm sorry, we always move so slow to get in here. I know there's a way to speed it up, but I can't remember what it is, so just bear with me. If you've made it this far, leave me a little green heart for Willow Creek because, it's very lush and green. And let me know how you guys have been doing. How has your, we're dealing with some craziness, but how are things going for you guys? So when you come inside, this is what you are greeted with. This is our reception area. We do have cameras, okay, because we have to protect our elderly. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You'll check in here. If you're here to see someone, they'll get you a visitor's pass and all that. And once you've been approved, you can go through these doors and spend some time with your loved ones here. You can wait for them here, but we've just got the fireplace there, and a little couch and stuff for you to sit while you wait or just conversate. I put the decoration box here because we are very much in, the spirit of celebrating the holidays and everything. We've got this little games table here where you can play games, do puzzles together. There is a chart there for our staff. We have a little fishbowl and we have a piano, and I love it so much because I can see someone sitting there and playing some music for the family. If you continue out this way, you are allowed to come out here with your loved one, but we just have this little seating area next to the canal, and it has a nice little fountain there, and then you guys can use the grill. You can also do some gardening here with them if you want to, but the hot tub is off limits to just the residents that live here, obviously. And I guess maybe they could have a guest. I don't know, like maybe their boyfriend or something, or girlfriend, or whatever. So I guess I'll show you these two apartments out here first. These rooms are a bit more because they do have a little kitchenette and bathroom of their own. But this is where Oliver stays. If you watched my last one, I think I showed you guys the family, or I talked about Oliver, but this is Oliver's new room. He's the most recent tenant to move in here. So this is gonna be his room. Very cute. I love it, love it, love it. He's into gardening, so you can see all his little plants, plant pots and things. I imagine he'll put pictures of his family in these frames. And yeah, I tried to keep kind of with the same furniture, but add some personalization. There's their little kitchenette. I think I'm going to add in a little dishwasher for them too. I forgot to do that, but I will come back and add it. And a little trash bin in here. But yeah, this is their little bathroom. And then if we go next door, this is Carmen's little apartment. She is another sim. I love her. She's so cute. But yeah, so well, is this Carmen's apartment? It's meant to be Carmen's apartment, but there's a little crochet box there and a rocking chair for her to do some crocheting or some knitting or whatever. This is her bed, and she likes to bake and things, so she's got the extra little countertop oven and her little aprons with a cute little wall poster. And then this is her bathroom. Oops, sorry. Very small, but perfect for them. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So next we'll go back inside. I'll just go through these doors. This will be the where you would come in straight off of the like living room, I guess you could say. This is we'll take you to the first two rooms inside, but we've just got some extra storage out here and where staff would do the laundry for the tenants or the residents, I guess you could say. But this is our first room. I think maybe this one was actually meant. No, I think this is Clarice's room. But yeah, just some more frames. Try to keep it generic, but again, adding some minor personal touches. Of course, they can bring some things when they move in. That's probably what I'll do, but I try to kind of keep it simple just for the sake of the aesthetics and the visuals. If you're like me, I don't like to see a lot of clutter, but I left spaces for you to do that. I just wanted to kind of get the story across without doing too much. So, this is another Sims room. They're from Brindleton Bay. And so they brought along some of their art. He has a cat. I did want to kind of allow pets, but only one of them has one. So, yeah, he has a cat. Some more nods to his hometown and just some books. He's a reader. So then we'll go upstairs. Oops. Y'all, I know this is so ghetto, but this is what we're gonna have to do. Hold on. Okay, so actually I had to go out and come back in, but this is when you come up the stairs from the reception area. You just have the upstairs bathroom for these two rooms. They have the little tub. I imagine this is that tub where, the door opens up and they just walk in and close the door. They don't have to like climb over into it. But so it's more like an accessible tub. But yeah, this is it. They can personalize it if they want, if you want to or whatever. But this is one of the upstairs rooms. He's very much into clocks. My story was that he was a hoarder, and his family, the city came and took over the home because he couldn't clean it in time and or pay all of the tickets and fines and everything. So they moved him into here. They did allow him to bring some of his favorite pieces. Obviously, they're not going to let him bring a bunch of junk, but they did let him bring some of his favorite pieces just to feel close to home or make it feel close to home. And again, he has some frames for some family photos and some of his favorite pieces from around the world. So maybe the clock is from Nordhaven, I imagine. The peacock poster, or what is that thing? Scroll is from the what was the one that came with For Rent? I can't think of the name of it, but you get what I'm saying. Like these pieces come from all over. So that's this room. And then this one this is the one that's available. So you can move your elder sim in here if you want. Um, but yeah, that is this lot. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I love it. And let's move on to the next lot, which is going to be the church. Okay, so this is the older church. I am so not good at landscaping, and I don't, I do the best that I can. I probably could do better if I took more time. But I wouldn't say this lot is not really complete because I do want to work on the landscaping a bit more. I'm also not sure about the headstones in the front, but I do know that in some of these older towns, and this one is based on places like Montana, um, Oregon, Utah, like that whole area vibe, the whole just like PNW vibe. And churches typically kind of look like this, where the headstones are in the front. I just don't know how I feel about it, and I figured I'd get you guys' opinion. It might look better if I like landscaped it a bit more, but I'm struggling, y'all. I just don't know what to do. And it sucks because I know for a fact that your builds can be good, but the landscaping is what really brings them to life and makes them spectacular. So I really wish I was a better landscaper. I almost thought about having someone do the landscaping for me, just maybe paying somebody to do that part to really just help make this feel like what I know it could be. But I don't know if I want to do that because, again, it's another tall task. I don't know how long that would take. And I really am a stickler for having everything kind of be my own work. So yeah, this is what the church looks like on the inside. I looked at some pictures online and they had the wood like this. I did want something slightly older, but nothing I had really achieved that horizontal wood look like this. So I just stuck with this, and I feel like maybe this is something that they try to keep, as close to the original as possible. But of course, they have to kind of update things over time. or else it'll just be dilapidated. So this is the restroom, the one restroom that you get. I didn't want to add too many modern touches to this because, like I said, they try to keep it as close to the original stuff as possible. But I did want to set it up for a wedding. It doesn't have to be a wedding, but I wanted to have a wedding venue. I like to have them, and I love a good church wedding. So I decided to decorate for a wedding. This is where your guests would sign that they're here or that they were here. And then, of course, the aisle. I think it looks so beautiful. So, so beautiful. But you're welcome to do what you want to do with it. Very cute, very simple build. Not a lot going on, but so necessary, I think. I don't know how I feel about it though, because I had so many ideas for this save. Um, that I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you think it's something that should stay? And, maybe I can just improve upon it. And if you do feel like that, then tell me what I could do to make it better. So, this is the current bed and breakfast. I am not a huge fan of it. I, again, try to get some inspiration offline, and this worked, but it worked on its side. And I don't really like doing builds on their side. I have, but I just don't care for it. So I don't know if this is going to stay. Kind of want to redesign it. And then the only other build over here is this museum. I have gone in and tweaked this quite a bit, a little bit. Well, I'm not going to say quite a bit, a little bit. I added the rocking chairs up front. I guess we can just visit it, right? Let's go over there. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the outside. It's based on a real museum, but it is on some hills and things. Obviously, I had to tweak it because it's a very large plot that this build is on, and this just wasn't going to work, especially if I started adding all the hills and things that it's on. I think it works just fine for this. Most of the save is on a flat surface. I did try to put the church on a little bit of a hill, because I know that that's something that used to be done. But yeah, so this little statue out front has some history to it. I did, like I said, add the rocking chairs. I just thought that was a nice touch. This is where a lot of people kind of come. It's an entertaining space. Families come here to, um, with the kids. Oops, let me go back down. On a Saturday or a Sunday, and schools come here for field trips and stuff. So, with that being said, you come inside and it's very small and very simple, but it is what it is, y'all. So I added this little play table just to give the kids something to do. And then this is the little receptionist desk, where you say, hey, we're here for our tour, such as it is. And yeah, so we've got this grandfather clock over here, and then this is kind of where they would start, and it would tell you all about, these the ships and how they were made, and these are some models of some of the most, some of the more famous ones and things like that. I have another little wedding space in there because I felt like people come to museums for weddings sometimes, but I'm going to change it. That was my whole point in building the church. I wanted to do something different with this room, and it just kind of felt like it wasn't really working for me. So I decided to opt for the church. But if you feel like this is okay here and I should do something different where I put the church, let me know. I also wanted to have the church with the graveyard out front because I do have a funeral home in the save file. And I felt like, okay, the funeral home is where you would go to have your loved ones set up and prepared for the funeral. You could potentially have the ceremony there, and then you would come over to the cemetery lot to bury them. So that's another reason why I made the church. Felt like I should add that just so you know kind of what my idea was before you make a decision. But anyways, so yeah, around, if you continue around this way, we've just got some more things on the walls. We've got this little seating area where you can just kind of sit and conversate. Maybe it's like a scene from the captain's quarters or something. I don't know. This is the captain and his cat. This is the, like, maybe the dog of one of the shipmates. I don't know. Whatever your story telling is, and then just some more um, history, the steering wheel, the captain's wheel, or whatever, a lighthouse, and then this is supposed to be like a mock up of the town. So just maybe I feel like Willow Creek is kind of a piece of it, but this is the overall um gist of it, like parts of it that you don't see. We've got some more stuff on the walls here. So a very small build, but still cute. And that's kind of the gist of this. This is a small town, so there's not going to be a huge, extravagant museum. It's just, the history. This is probably as big as it's going to get. Wanted to keep with the small town vibes. And then I felt like maybe the garden belonged to the museum as well. And you could, there's some history to this park as well. I'm not sure. But that's that. Moving on to the last build that I'm going to share with you guys before the official release of Willow Creek comes out. We're gonna look at the old high school. So I decided to make this a small business venue. Originally, it was just the old high school, and I was like, oh, you could take your Sims there for skill building, and you still can do that, but with the new businesses and hobbies, I felt like they use this as a place where you can give lectures as well. So the upstairs is kind of dedicated to those lectures, and then the bottom half is still very much the school, like the older version of the school. So I don't know. You guys let me know because I did want it to operate as a high school. I just thought that to get some actual use from it, the lecture halls upstairs might be good. I don't know. And you still are learning. It's just maybe in a different way. So when you go inside, let's go back into, oop, let me put the walls and stuff back up. When you come inside, this is what it looks like. This is our entry hall. We've got the lockers here, kept it kind of neutral. Just some mild decor. It's a little run down, as you can see, but I like it. We've got the banners for all of our, exclusive clubs, the chess, the football team, the cheerleading team, and the chess, what is it? Tech? Gaming? I'm not sure. Anyways, this is our cafeteria. I really like it. So yeah, this is where they meet to eat, and then you get your first classroom. I think this is classroom A, if I'm not mistaken. But I think I put some. Okay, so this is like the science slash like chemistry area. But yeah, I love this room. It's so cute. It turned out amazing. I absolutely love this. It feels like an actual schoolroom. I love the grunge on the walls. It's my favorite room for sure. It's also the first room that I decorated. I go hard on my first, like anything. So it's kind of my baby. I go hard on everything, but I really kind of, the creative juices come from that first initial build for me. So we'll continue on around this way and across the hall. Back there is just a couple of restrooms. I'm not going to go into them because it's literally just a stall and a sink. But if you keep coming this way to the right, we have the clerical office, like the front, the principal's office and uh, everything. So this is where you would wait. You'd come to this lady or sim for your hall pass if you're late or whatever you need to do. Call a parent, be checked out, what have you. We've got the little mail options for teachers or staff, whatever over there. And then I feel like this was really cute because I feel like the students made this second mail slot for the staff in here. They love their staff. So yeah, just a little bulletin board with like jobs that the kids can do or programs. a catch-all. And then this is the principal's office. So a little bit bigger than what my principal's offices usually look like. But yeah. And then if you continue this way, this is the staff only, the faculty lounge. Very blah, but it's not supposed to be fancy. And then we have the second classroom, classroom B. This is just kind of a generic classroom. You can make this be whatever you want it to be. But that is the first level. If you continue out this way, this will take you out to the blacktop. So we just have the chess tables here, a little vending machine. I put this graffiti thing here for, the art students who want to tag some stuff. Some picnic tables and an actual basketball goal over there. I didn't realize that was there. I might have to see if I can fix that, but we'll see. This is just where the bus station where the bus drops off the kids and parks for the day, and then faculty and staff would park over here. If you go downstairs, you have um, just some more stuff that I wanted to add. So you've got the bathrooms down here for this floor. I don't know why it's moving so fast. It's really weirding me out. But yeah, we have the gym space, like the workout space for the cheerleaders and football team. So yeah, I was thinking about the design of the school from Copperdale. This is their actual like shower room and everything. The bathrooms are in that first part, and then this is the actual showers. And then if you continue this way, you can go through those doors or you can go through the actual doors you're supposed to go through. And this is their prom setup. So, so stinking cute. Their colors are green and yellow or green and gold, and this just looks so pretty to me. I kept it really simple. You can make it as nice as you want, or like if this isn't enough for you, then you can feel free to spice it up. But yeah, I put everything that you would need: the photo booth, the actual photos, backdrop, the cute little buffet table, ooh, the dance floor, and the stage. I think it is so, so cute. So that is this downstairs area. And then when you go upstairs, we'll start back here. I really wish we had more school like posters and things like that, or just decor. I want to make it feel so much more, like played in, whatever. But this is the little library. So not the biggest, but very, very cute. You can come in here and study. You can write a paper if you don't have your own computer. And yeah, I love it. Some more lockers this way. In this room, we have these are more of our lecture rooms. This one I didn't really do anything for. This one was supposed to be like a photography class or whatever, so I didn't really finish setting it up. I felt like you could with whatever pack you have, whether it's the Get to Work pack or the Mosquito pack, but you can make this whatever you want it to be. But yeah, this is this room. And then if we go across the hall, we have, I think this is business, economics, something like that, math for the kids, whatever you want it to be, but it's kind of basic as well. It's more so computer work, filling, you could even have like freelancers come up here and fill out reports and stuff like that if they're part of the business career. Maybe it's like training or something. Um, your job sends you up here for training. This was meant to be a water fountain because I was using some CC at first, but I replaced it with a sink. So you can still get a cup of water or fill your water bottle up, whatever you want to do. I put a second graffiti thing here, just, as you play, you'll actually start to see more decor and it'll feel better. But I wanted to leave things for your Sims to do. So this is our pottery and art room, ceramics and stuff. So we've got the new equipment from businesses and hobbies. And this is where you would actually take the painting classes and do some painting in here. You can do the digital stuff over there at the table there, but this is this room. And then finally, we have this one, which is completely blank as well. It's meant to be like a geography type thing, but you can make it whatever you want to. I just wanted to leave some space for you to be able to put your own touch on it as well. But that is the build, you guys, and this is where we're gonna wrap up today's tour and update video. I hope that you guys liked it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.